Hello, my fellow Egyptian Swift fanciers from King Tut Loft. I salute you once again, and we're gonna have a great show for you today. It's gonna be a good session. It's going to be about the Egyptian Swifts, Safis category. It's kind of difficult to present all the groups together, as you know, with 10 groups or so. It's mighty impossible. So we're gonna crack in one of the groups that is very beloved to your hearts, which is the Egyptian Safis. I think many people, they judge the Loft by their Safis. And I have bred a few of them earlier this year. Unfortunately, in the middle of the year, around April, I had to go to Egypt, family obligations. So it just kind of turned my breeding season upside down. I couldn't breed very much after that. And I started to breed now. I didn't go to the pageant because of that. I had to put the birds together now, and hopefully I'll have a good season in 2026. So without any further ado, I'm gonna grab the first bird. And oh, by the way, just not to forget that again, is we have the pageant this week. I didn't go, my partner, and then the breeding season, that I started early, and the fellow that usually joined me every year, he's not there, and it's a horrible drive. This weather is crazy. Now we got some sun, beautiful for picturing. But anyway, hopefully I'll see you there live next year at the pageant. But with the internet, you really don't have to go anywhere. Just present the pictures and you get a very close. The only thing, you're not going to be able to hold the bird in your hand. But I mean, then again, if they are in the cage, you're not holding anything in your hand. You're just looking at it, and you will see the eye color, cerise, pupil, and everything. I'm going to just stick it in the face of the camera here. And happy Thanksgiving, by the way. It's too bad the inflation kind of creeped up. The turkey price is going to be a little higher. Even pigeon, I was looking at the NPA magazine, and then everything just went up. The rings and subscription, and you name it. So without further ado, I'm going to just present the first bird, whatever is going to happen. I've got few hens and few cocks, and I've got a measuring device also, although I don't think I would need it, but you will be able to see the length of them, and we'll take it from there. Okay, I'm gonna grab the first bird, so I'll let you watch the clouds for a few seconds until I get the first one. Whatever comes in my hand. Okay. These are jittery birds, as you know, so I'm hoping. Okay. That's a male Safi here. Okay, I'm gonna present it from a different distances, the camera. I'm not gonna move the camera. I just get very close so you can see the color of the earth. It's a pearl cerise, as you know, with two rings around the pupil. The middle one is vividly white, kind of a very bright white, and then surrounded by almost kind of a wineish color around it. The beak, very inclined. I mean, you see, it's very inclined and round-headed, and then the face is wide as it could be. There are more roundish birds, but this bird is very long, and then for the Safis even, and you would see the head is not so inclined, that you will see momentarily some more inclined birds, but I like to keep him slightly open. And then the reason for that, I mean, weak birds, by the way, when I say I have brag about flying birds and all that, I've always flown birds in my life. and it's not going to go away. So I always select accordingly. And you know why also? Flying birds is non-sterile bird. The coop birds are always, having problems of sterility. You made them, yeah, they just have, like the eggs will not hatch or some problem in that. But anyway, so we'll go to the next step. What would you see for most of the Egyptian swifts with the long wings? Some of the feathers are waxy. In other words, they don't open evenly, and this is very, very important. You would see them very like the feathers are kind of like closed wax. You have to peel almost the wax in order to make them loose or free. And then that's another way of telling, if the bird is flying bird or not. And also the feathers outside, you would see him dragging. I mean, the bird cannot hold itself. You have to hold it, and then you just keep pushing the feathers. And then when you take a picture of it, the feathers are all scattered and loose, and the wings are so, dragging behind. And so this is not a good quality. All right, this bird got, like it's an almond. Most of the Safis are almonds, blue, barless, powder, beautiful colors in the Safis, by the way. All right, and the tail, they are very distinguished. Most of the swifts have a long tails, and this is why they escape the falcons and the hawks. They are not faster, obviously, than a hawk. But I had 3 trees here. I got the Cooper hawk was chasing the birds, and the palm trees were here. If you watch some of my earlier videos, and he kept maneuvering back and forth, and the birds were just ebbing back and forth, and I literally saw the hawk, the falcon. I mean the hawk. Yeah, it was a Cooper hawk. He basically hit the palm trees. He stood against the barn. He nearly clashed against the palm tree trunk, and that was some sight. Obviously, I cannot. You're panicking. You're trying to make any kind of noise to make him go away. All right, that's the first bird. I'm gonna put him, and then we're gonna watch all these birds together after the fact, how they standing together. I have to be extremely careful, as I said. You can see them fluttering and all that. But God forbid, I hope. So. Okay. The second guy here, it's a powder, blue powder. And this is obviously, it's like all these are flying birds. And, the head here is not inclined at all. It's protruded. But the bird is extremely strong. It is a very important point here. When you deal with Egyptian swifts, you're going to have two qualities. When they used to tell me about that when I was in Egypt, I said, why don't you mate, all the beautiful birds together? And they say, no, we don't do that. That's when I was a little punk. So, so you always put a bird, a very powerful. This is far more powerful than the other one. And although you can hear the fluttering of the other guy. So the eye again, beautiful light wine. But the head is obviously stretched out. And then you made that with a hen that is totally inclined. So you keep going back and forth. Every good loft should have both. I'm not bragging, by the way, about myself when I brag about the birds. It's all about the birds. It's never been about me. I mean, whether you like me or you dislike me, it's about the birds. You know, that's two different things here. And then let's look at that. I'm putting it backwards here deliberately to show you that all the feathers, he just finished molting here, his primaries. All these birds are from this year, or the ones that I presented now. Now, look how tight the feathers are, stuck together. This is a heck of a flying bird. And then obviously it's not gonna be a sterile. You just made him as gonna shoot, you know, like everything is gonna hatch. All right, and then the color is powder. I have some barless here. I don't have, in this little presentation, I don't have barless, but this is a powder, blue powder here. Okay, we'll just go to the next one, I hope. Okay. Thank God it warmed up a little bit. I was freezing 45 degrees, you know, which is just not very pleasant. Okay, this one is a little guy on that, and this is. I'll let you do the judging. Tell me which one you like the most and why. But then again, look at the length here. And by the way, I just sprayed this bird. So, you know, it's good, not good presentation for the weather. He had lice, but I decided, well, just to show him, you know, I was going to skip him. He just look like his mom, pretty much like that. All right. Maybe the other, yeah. But you see that, you know, this one I wouldn't trust him to fly. You see, it's not opening evenly, and this is what I meant by the waxy feathers here. You know, they still, you know, as if it's surrounded by a layer of wax around the feathers, is not opening fast enough or growing fast enough. It's you know, a bit slower. See that? But they are wet also, so that makes it even more vivid for you to see that problem. Okay. We'll go to the next, whatever it is. God help me here. This guy here is Emily. I think he is, if I'm not mistaken, he is the brother of that blue powder that I presented earlier. And then again, the head is not rounded, like they call it, like a marble-shaped head. It's still, it's inclined slightly, but it's not, like someone will judge it to win a show. But I have to keep those birds. You have to, definitely. I sprayed this one too. He had a few feather lice here. Yeah. Let's see, maybe it's kind of a wet wing, but he is the same as the blue one. Hey, you would notice in your loft, if you raise white birds, usually they kind of attract the lice, the feather lice. I'm talking about the little pesky ones around that they hook up to. They chew on the feathers. Eyes again, pearl eyes, pupil in the middle, surrounded by the white halo, which is very, very, very light, wineish color. And then nice mane. I made him with the white, I made him with the blue, and then you just have to figure out the combination. Another point here also. You have to be honest when you breed. If you get weak birds, you really have to cull them. You don't give it to your friends. You just give it to the friend who's gonna eat him, or you eat him yourself. But I have destroyed so many Safis. I have destroyed so many Adis and berries. I just, this is the way to get going. In Egypt, if you have weaker pair or weaker something, I mean, that's when I was growing up. It's not the case now, by the way. They used to destroy him immediately. So many of them then. I mean, everybody flew nothing but hussars. Maybe two Australians, a couple of homers here and there. But now you see stuff that I don't know what it is. They mix every thing, a lot of them, especially the younger guys. And pigeons got so expensive, it's just, that's for us here, the same thing. All right, let's move on. What is coming here now? That's a blue check with white. Yeah. I have many of them in blues, and then some, but the head is still, see, this is hen also. But you see how small the head is? The head is very small as you compare it to the body, of course. It's a relationship, the head and body. All the swifts have, or the Safis definitely have to have this kind of, and it's very broad, and this hen is very young. I don't know if it's finished. Still molting, has two more feathers to go. But you see how strong the feathers are? Which is, by the way, most of the darker birds have stronger wings. I mean, strong, and look how beautiful the feathers, how wide the feathers are. This is in the same categories of the other two birds that I presented, the blue and the mealy. Yeah, let's present. This is not as, this is tall bird, but it's not as tall as some others. I really like him to be, this length. I don't like the very long birds, and I don't like the short birds are no good too. So, I mean, let's measure this bird here. I mean, I got the stick here. Okay. Okay. This is measurements in feet, 1 foot, 30 centimeters. So this is coming to barely, this is like 29 inches, 11 and a half inches here, or 11 inches, and about, 29 centimeters. And it's gonna get it's gonna get definitely to 1 foot, by the time it finishes molting. I think I was able to get it here. Okay, let's make sure here. Okay, this is 1 foot, 30 centimeters. So it's here again. All right. So we'll go over the birds again, the head and the eye. This is fairly common color in Egypt, but it's not very common. But then the head is always very short, as it surrounds like a marble. They call it marble head. The marble is just like the beaded marbles. And the neck is short, very tucked, very noticeable. For all the swifts, by the way, almost stuck to the body. I'm not pressing against it, but I just want it to stand still so you would see the eye color and the cirrus and all that. Any orange coloration here is disqualifying, and then you have to cull the bird, or just, that's kind of a generality, and the swifts, they don't have that orange color. Occasionally it's gonna come, once in a while it will pops up, but I tell you what, I destroy them too. I really destroy a lot of birds. So I hope you don't take that against me. Okay, we'll put that away. Okay, let's see what's next. Yeah, this guy is within also, you know, it's a very beautiful head here. I don't want to, you know, say that by myself, but I mean, I'll let you judge that. And if you have any comment, just present it to me. I mean, it's a lot of times that sometimes you miss something as you present, or you just say a wrong name or something. So I don't feel bad of just correcting me or whatever that is. It's another thing, you have to clean their beaks or press on their beaks once in a while. The feathers get stuck in the metal here. But this is, again, beautiful color, eyes, wine. They all have, again, the wine color. And the feathers are very smooth. And this is a white bird here. And he's just about to try to finish the molt. Feathers. You know, I used to spread the wings very wide, and then I was told, no, this is, you don't spread it that wide, you present it this way. So I'm just doing it the same way. This is about 1 foot bird. This is an older bird, not from this year. All right. That's, again, the almond color here. All right, you had enough of them? All right. Shorter neck as could be. Oh. Okay. Well, one bird is left. My goodness. Again, this one I just got it sprayed. It's a white hen. It's the mother of many birds that I have here. Oh, the feathers are very messed up, so you have to, I'm gonna basically presume the head only. That's the only one left for our presentation here. And I'll just again do the same thing because the head is so inclined, so short, and the feathers get stuck in the beak. In Egypt, you know, as you know, they just put all these birds individually. I don't have the luxury to do that. I'm the one who basically get inside and clean inside. I don't like the guy who comes in once a month here to help me out with the cleaning to get inside. I don't, you know, I don't trust anybody to do anything. But I leave the birds all loose together. And for that, they just kind of pick on each other. You know, the boys are separated from the hens, so that kind of reduce the fighting a little bit. But, you know, again, they have them in individual compartments, and this will be expensive for me to handle, or it's impractical. And with the luxury of having many helpers there, so they do that all the time. All right, and with that, I think we came to a conclusion for this session here. I don't know what should I blab about, you know, after this. And you see the clouds is just getting cold again. The sun wants to go away. So I'm gonna present them all as they're sitting now, and hopefully we can see that. Let's see. They want to get inside. I don't see what is presented in the view. I mean, I have to be on the other side, but you have seen him as close as possible. Again, the chest is very firm here. These are not loose birds by any means. And you see how they stand, they're always tight. And that's that you know, regardless whether they are Rihanis and berries, whatever they are, they're all very firm birds. Let me see how is the view coming from the other side here. Kind of tough. So the end of the video might be very difficult for you to see. I hope you've been able. I'm gonna present it or just put it on the YouTube as it is. And then I hope you enjoyed my presentation. And you know, if anything, I would like to add, it's people call. You know, I had 2 calls in the last month. I mean, this month actually, it's not over yet. You know, for birds to buy, and you know, I haven't sold anything in 4 or 5 years, and deliberately I'm doing that. If I want to get out of the birds, I just like we need to present it. There's some screaming kid here somewhere. It's not ours, but anyway, I would definitely, you know, give him to entrusted group. They have to form Egyptian Swifts Club, and I've got plenty of birds, and all the swifts here are protected and greater quality than any loft in the world, including in the beautiful Egypt where these birds came from. You cannot find, you know, like all the groups together with this quality and this virality. I kept him. I know the secret. Whoever is gonna, you know, get him from me, the group, it's not gonna be one individual. It has to be about 6, 7 people that they get together, and it will be Egyptian Swifts Club, and each one will take 1 or 2 groups, whatever they like. They divide it among themselves, take care of them. What happened in the past, that when they got the birds from Hassan or other people, all these birds got just, you know, lost. They couldn't breed them. There is a secret for the Egyptian Swifts. It's just like the buried tombs. There is a secret. I grew up with it, I know it, and I will pass that. They all here, and if it's meant to go for people, it will go. Otherwise, you know, it's gonna stay here until I'm done with him, or I'm gone, actually, I should say. All right, thank you so much for participating, and we'll see you in next time with some other groups. All right, goodbye. I want to add for the people in Egypt, الإخوة في مصر, in a quick manner. يعني أنا رحت مصر في الصيف وقابلت ناس محترمين جدا. يعني مش عاوز أقول الأسماء لأنها كلها أسماء محترمة. وأنا ماشي يعني اللي يقول لك دم جديد والكلام ده كل ده كلام فارغ. أنا أفتخر إن الدم اللي عندي زي أي سلالة هومرز، إنها دم بتاع عائلة سالم. يعني ده البلاد لاين بتاعي. انا ما بجيبش حمام، وده الدليل. يقول لك لا ده انت لازم تجيب حمام من بره ومش عارف ايه كل شويه، كل ده يعني هبل. انا للاسف اقول لك كده. انت شايف من 40 سنه وهم عندي ومظبطهم، وزي ما انت شايف يعني انا مش هحكم على نفسي، انما انت حكمك انت تقول لي انت ايه رايك. لكن ده اللي موجود عندي وطورته دايما. والفكرة كلها ان انت دايما تستأصل الفرد الضعيف. حتى لو طلع عندك فرد واحد كويس طول السنة، احسن مما تطلع 10 وتخلي 9 منهم مش كويسين. انا على طول بطاير الدماغ. ما فيش عندي لا صافي ولا ابلع ولا بتاع، ولا هروح ابيعه ولا هعمل كل الكلام ده. انا بنتخب للهواية لتحسين الحمام المصري. هذه كل القصة. أنا أحييكم لأني مش قادر أشوف دلوقتي الفيديو انتهى. شكرا جزيلا.